What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, January 21st, 2020. I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about the upside potential and the downside potential in the coming days, the coming moments, and we're going to look at both scenarios. That's what I do here. I talk about both scenarios. You're not going to get predictions from me. However, you're going to get invaluable data that helps you make the best decision on what to do next in these markets. Let's jump into the video. So first off, I do want to start here for context. On the screen, you have a potential inverse head and shoulders. We have a left shoulder and a head. We do not have a right shoulder yet. This could be the case for why rejection where we are right now could be a good thing. We come back down, we put in a higher low, form that right shoulder, and then boom, we're taking off and maybe heading potentially into this bull market. Now, what does that look like? Let's step it back to the daily chart now. That was the weekly chart. We had this previous rejection at the 200 moving average. Not a good thing. We want to break that. We still can break that, but we likened it to this area back here. This was basically Bitcoin in the bear market, right? We'd had this 50 moving average cross below the 200 moving average, so this blue line crossing the red line, and it was very bearish for Bitcoin. And then from there, we just kept getting rejection at the 200 moving average. Rejection there, rejection here, and we weren't holding key support, right? So what I mean by that is key support in this area would be this previous swing low to the swing high rejection for Bitcoin, and that's right around this 50 moving average, this Fibonacci channel, the 618 to 786. We didn't get support. I'm sure we did videos talking about, oh, we're going to break it. I don't know if we're going to break it. We need to break it. If we don't break it, we need to see support down here at the 50 moving average. And we see what happened. We had a continued downtrend, and the same exact thing happened on the next 200 moving average rejection right here, right? And we had our swing low to our swing high resistance at the 200 moving average. We probably talked about, can Bitcoin break the 200 moving average? It didn't. And then we talked about, well, this might continue in a downtrend, and certainly did. And we did not get support here at this key Fibonacci channel that is basically confluent with this 50 moving average. We're in the same exact type of environment right now where we have this swing high to a 200 moving average shortly after we get this 50 moving average cross below the 200 moving average, this blue line crossing the red line, and we're at a key area where we got the rejection at that 200 moving average, and we're kind of talking to ourselves the same way. Is Bitcoin going to break this 200 moving average to break this downtrend, right? Are we going to get a turn up to get this bullish cross of this 50 moving average above the 200 moving average? Now, the simple answer is you have to wait and see, but we anticipate rejection, and rejection looks like this. We don't break the 200 moving average, and we come back down. Now, this is probably the biggest key in terms of Bitcoin and in terms of a continued uptrend for Bitcoin into that bull market like everybody wants. Will Bitcoin stay above this 50 moving average, this blue line? Are we going to see support at this channel, the 618 to the 786? And there's also another confluent data point here, which is this neckline in this inverse head and shoulders that we actually hit our target on almost perfectly, right? So rejection here, just because the 200 moving average makes sense, but it also makes sense because it was our target for the inverse head and shoulders. And oftentimes you'll see Bitcoin retrace back to that neckline before continuing an uptrend. There is an extremely strong case for Bitcoin to head back down to the $7,400, $7,700 range. It's just how it is, right? That's just what the data on the screen tells us, especially historically. That's kind of what Bitcoin tends to do. The most bullish thing possible for Bitcoin would be, we have this high here, we have another swing high here, a higher high. The next best thing would be get another swing high. And what does that look like? We can chart our Fibonacci retracement, and we can actually just see where that might be. We have the swing high we just had the other day where we had rejection to a swing low, and we see our 1618 comes up to around $9,700 up here for a higher high. That would be my next target. In a bullish environment, if Bitcoin's about to go crazy and parabolic, it will break right through that $9,700 1.618 Fibonacci channel, Fibonacci line right there. So that's what we'd be anticipating on the upside. But right now, Bitcoin has some heavy resistance that we just hit the other day, right around $9,100, $9,200. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. Are we going to break that area anytime soon? And if we do, what does the strength look like? And then number two, if we do revisit a downtrend or put in a new low somewhere, will it be a higher low in this very key support area? That could be the most bullish thing Bitcoin does, because that would be the setup for this confirmed head and shoulders. $7,500 maybe support, break back up, and then obviously we have our target for this inverse head and shoulders, and this would be our continued uptrend for Bitcoin, breaking above 11,000 into the $12,000 area, and then we really start talking about some resistance. We really start talking about Bitcoin entering the bull market, right? And we know what that looks like for Bitcoin. If we zoom all the way out on the weekly chart and we go back to this bull market high, we take out our Fibonacci retracement from that swing high in the bull market to our bear market low. We know right where the most, I guess you could say, resistance is. That's this Fibonacci channel around $16,000 to $13,000, but we could be well on our way if Bitcoin, on the short term at least, does its thing and breaks above this 200 moving average. Thank you for coming by. Let me know your thoughts below. I really want to know if you're bullish, if you're bearish, what you're feeling right now. If you're here and not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. I give you the fairest, most balanced content in terms of Bitcoin price, what it's doing. I'm not trying to hype it up, everybody. Patience is the name of the game. I'm here to provide it to you. I appreciate you coming by. Hit the like button on the way out. I will see you in the next video. God bless.